So for the question, what challenges do foreigners face when we live in France? For answering this question, I will answer this in 3 different perspectives. The first perspective is language. I think this is a big challenge for me, and especially when I realize how different it is between the characters, because I speak Chinese Mandarin and English or French. They were alphabets. So for the calligraphy and then the alphabets, I should use different techniques. For example, for learning Chinese, we use the visual skill because we have to recognize characters and then we connect the characters with the pronunciation, which is pinyin. However, when I learn English and French, I realize it's more the listening skills, because you have to listen. There is the conjugation. That's kind of the tense. And in my language, we don't have the tense. We don't have the word change to express past, present, or future. We will use the word. For example, tomorrow. We will not use tomorrow I will. It's tomorrow I do, or past I do, or yesterday I do, today I do, or tomorrow I do. We don't change the verb. We only add the word to express this is present or past or future. And then I realized that in English and French, I have to learn how to change the verbs. For the passé composé, présent, l'imparfait, a lot of different kind of conjugation, and also masculine and then feminine. So this is a big challenge for me, and also because we don't have kind of the difference between he or she. So in Chinese we say 他 means the female or male, but in English and in French, il, elle, so it's totally different. Especially elle, we have to add another e. And then, for example, if I say I am a student in French, is je suis étudiante. But if my husband, he says I am a student, he will say je suis étudiant. So he doesn't need to say oh. And this makes me very confused at the beginning, and also sometimes I want to find the tactics to conquer the French. I say, okay, if the word with the A, B, C, D, E with the E, so probably it's the masculine. For example, I will say une chaise, so it's une, and then I imagine this will be applying to a lot of words, but gradually I realized no. For example, le problème, I cannot say la problème. No, it's not correct. So a lot of exceptions, and then I return to my first page to memorize the masculine and the feminine, not to have the kind of grammar analysis as I have been taught by myself. No, it's not correct. And then I realized a lot of things. My pronunciation also has a lot of, I would say, a lot of work to do. For example, when I first say entreprise, I will say enterprise, la solution. I will say the solution. So a lot of confusion between the English words and French words make me feel depressed, feel frustrated, because I cannot deal with these two languages very well. So I would say the first struggle must be the language, the French. And also, even though I live in Paris, I noticed that in a lot of restaurants, And also the hotels and in the local community, people don't speak English. They prefer to speak French. Even though they can understand you, but their answer would be, I don't speak English, so they refuse to use that language. And the second challenge for me could be the weather, because in China, I live in the south of China, and the weather is much warmer than here in Paris. And today is winter. At the beginning of January, the temperature is very low. It's -0. It's like -2, 3, 4. And in my hometown, it's like 10, around 10 in winter. So it's quite a bit comfortable than here. So at the beginning, I didn't take any medicine. And then now I prefer to buy the vitamin D because there's not enough sunshine and I feel frustrated, and then I prefer to add some kind of vitamin for my body to keep healthy. And the third challenge, I think, is administration, because for example, if I want to renew my visa, my titre de séjour, I have to go to prefecture to connect with the staff directly. I have to express my motivation to hand over my documents. And for them, people there, they don't speak English either. They prefer to speak French. If you don't speak French well, you cannot move forward with what you want to finish. And the problem also exists in the process itself, because when I want to renew my visa and I have to wait for the answer, sometimes there is delay. And if I am working, I have to stop, because in France, according to the law, if I don't have the work permit, I cannot work eligible, and it's not allowed to work here. Also, I found that's very challenging is people use paper. For example, I want to renew my visa, I have to go to the post office to send my documents to the prefecture, and it's not a digital country. People like to have the check, and also people like to keep their invoices because this is a proof. For example, if you have the transaction from the banks, you have to keep your invoices well, because this is a proof for your administrative process. And also I think that's very challenging, because nowadays when we talk about AI, but in France we still use the paper. It's good and bad. Good is the physical proof, not instead of the digital, because for example the cyber attack, so it's very safe. But the bad side is very slow, and we cannot check back for the documents well, because it's not connected online. So if you want to live in France, you have to apply for your visa at least 3 months, 2 months ahead in advance. So I think those are the things that I feel very challenging living in France. But once you conquer the challenge of language and you get used to the weather here, especially in winter, and then you feel okay with the administration, so France will be a very good place to live in, and you will enjoy here.